Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about, this is a 12 volt power supply from Radio Shack. This thing's pretty old. I don't know, it's probably over 20 years old, but I haven't used it that much. And the last time I went to get it out was several years ago. And I remember getting it out, and I got angry because the switch, I think the switch went out, and I didn't look at it real good. Can't even remember what I wanted it for, but looking at this, yeah, the rocker switch, it won't switch on. So, you know, apparently it's bad. I don't know if anything else is wrong with it. But I got some time tonight and thought I'd take a video, take a peek inside. I happened to, I did find a switch. Again, I don't know that that's everything that's wrong with it. But you know, it's I didn't get beat around. It's in really nice shape. It still looks new, but the switch went out again. So we're gonna take a look at it today and see what we can do. I didn't want to buy a new one. I didn't want to throw this in the trash. And so let's see if we can fix it today. So we're going to start. I got tools. I think I got all the right tools, but I'm not sure. We're going to take the top of this thing off. And it is it's like one of those star. I'll take a star bit to get them off. So let's start with that. I don't know how much of the basement you can see, it's a mess. I am in the middle of finishing a remodel job down here. I actually started it a couple years ago, and I did finish it. Life got in the way. But I found some time here lately to finish the basement because there's something else that I want to do down here, and maybe at the end of the video here I'll get into a little bit of that. I only have 2 other videos up, and they're both about my ATV that I got in the spring, and I've made a couple videos of those. And we're gonna get some videos today. I'm gonna see if I can bring you guys in a little closer. All right, I got you guys down on a little desktop tripod so you can see what I'm doing here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in and make sure, see if I got any current to the switch. I'm going to get out my multimeter and on AC here. Let's see if we get any movement. I don't know if you guys can see the multimeter at all, but All right, we're going to touch the positive and negative feed into the switch and see if I can get the prongs in there. Not getting any reading yet. There we go. Okay. All right, we got 120 volts going to the switch. And again, it's not lighting up and the rocker, it's not going to stay on. So right now we're going to go with it. It's a bad switch. So, all right. Taking a look at this. It's got a 3-prong switch. Taking back these the shrink wrap that's around, and these guys are soldered on. So all right. We're going to have to undo, or have to cut these off and solder the leads back on the other one. I don't think I have any of those slide-on clips. So let's see here. We've got the there's the positive and negative going in, and the coming out of the switch. At the end, we've got positive, negative going out, and it's together. So we got to remember that. So we're going to cut all this. I wonder if I could just unsolder that. We're gonna try. I've got my soldering iron here. I'm gonna plug it in. See how fast it takes to warm this up. All right, the switch I picked up, I don't know if you guys can see this, but Brandelows, and it is it's just a Hillman rocker switch, and it's got the 3-prong, 1 to 100 and 125 volts. So $495. So we're going to again, I'm just assuming it's going to work. I'm no electrician, so we're just doing this on the fly here. Make sure you guys got a good view. It's heated up. I don't know. I don't know that I can melt the solder. I should probably just cut it because I'm probably just going to be needing to cut it anyway. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut it anyway. I don't think I brought my wire cutters in. May have to here are the wire strippers. Get this shrink wrap off of here. All right. Black and red on the end, hot in the middle, and negative the end, that end. All right, let's see here. All right. Now let's see if we can, looks like there's squeeze tabs to get this out. So I'm going to show you, there's tabs here and tabs on the other side, and just, it should push through the front. Probably taking you out of the shot. Let's see. Get one side out. There we go. Now let's get this side out. There we go. All right, there we go. Now, let's open up this one, and it's not, let's see if this will just turn on. Okay, that turns on and off. All right, let's strip those wires first. I'm gonna go get my wire stripper, so I'm gonna be back in a minute. All right, we're back. We got some wire strippers here. So we're gonna strip the ends and see if we can't solder them on the end of that. Let's see what size we got here. I don't need much. Let's get that a little cleaner again. One. don't know if I can put the shrink wrap back on these, or we're just going to have to electrical tape it. I don't have any wire wrap shrink. I don't do this hardly at all. Again, we're just a mere rank amateur who doesn't want to buy a new one. All right. So, all right. We're gonna see if this is gonna. There's a new one. See if we're gonna fit it. See if it fits in the hole, and it does. It's amazing. All right. So we're gonna go. We need the solder there. Negative, hopefully to the negative. I'm assuming. All right, let's put a little bit of all right, I'm not an expert solderer either. But let's just line it up and do it that way. I don't know if we can clamp it somehow. If we can get this to stay, maybe we can get that to stay. Try this. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let me bring you back. I need a little alligator clip or something. See if I can find one of those. All right. I found an alligator clip. I don't know. So the trick is going to be to solder the wire to the terminal, and not solder the alligator clip. So, all right. All right, no guarantees. I don't know. Sorry if I'm blocking your view. How we doing? Not good. All right, do we have enough to even hold it there? No. All right. All right. I don't know if my iron is going to be hot enough to heat the terminal. I'm thinking maybe go and get those clips that slide on there. You like the automotive clips, and that might be the way to go, and crimp. You take this, crimp it on the end of the clip, and slide the automotive clip on. I was just going to try to solder it because that's how I found it. But I'm not having much luck at the moment. Now, all right, let me bring you back when I get this figured out. All right, we're back. All right, it didn't take me long to give up on trying to get those ends soldered to the terminal because this old so it's soldering gun iron. It works, but it's not heavy enough, and it doesn't put out enough heat to heat the ends of this to get a good solder. So what I did was ran a trip to AutoZone. Got some gold-plated disconnects, 1/4 inch. I took the rocker switch, and it's looking like looks the right size. I think it should work. If not, I can squeeze and mold them. Let's take a look here and see what we got. This video is very organic in nature. I didn't I expected the solder to work because it was soldered that way. That's what I wanted to do, but didn't work out that way. So we're going to take a look and see if these slide in, and looks like it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work just fine. So now we just got to get these into here and crimp them down. So these are already kind of soldered together here. We'll keep them soldered and see if we can get a good crimp. There we go. See. Wasn't crimping very easily. I don't know if I need a pair of crimpers. Let's try this one. May have to make these a little longer. Let's see here. See if we can crimp it. All right, it seems to be on there. See if we can do the same. Like I said, let's get a little longer. Lead. Let's use these ones. All right, that one seems to be on. That one, I don't know if it's long enough. Let's see. All right, let's get a crimp on this one. All right. Well, that was a heck of a lot easier than soldering if this works. So let's want to find out here. Switch back in. You guys can see here. We're in. Black was on the end. The hot was in the middle. And all right. Well, moment of truth. We're gonna plug this in and see if we got see if we can get power to the switch. And take a look here. Look at that. All right, we got light. All right, I'm back. It is like a couple days later. I got called away, and had to get involved in something else. But I'm trying to remember where we left off at, and I think we had I had just put the terminals onto the switch. We had a good red light, and we plug this back in and try to get back on track here. And good. We still have a good light turned on. So I think the next thing I was going to do was let's test it out. So let's see if we're going to put out, see if we can get 12 volts. Put out the on this one. I'll try to show the output. They have 13.8 volts. And see what we can do here. I'm going to get my multimeter set up, and we're going to try to set you up to take a look. We're going to set this on 10 DC for now. See if we can get a reading. There's outputs here that you would wrap wires around to get your direct voltage. So we're gonna put them here, and it's jumping up to 50. And if you'd see that, we got a reading of shows on here. This is a little over 12, about 13. It's reading on here, 13 volts DC. I don't know how accurate this one is. I would like a digital one, but we don't have that right now. We just have we're going with what we got, and this is just an old Sears multimeter. So we got 13 volts there, so we are getting a good output there. And just want to make sure you're able to see that. Now let's bring in here. I'll try to set you up a little better. We're gonna add on there. I'm gonna put that there, and see, we are getting a reading of 13 volts. Yeah, let's get them back. There you go. So you can see that. So it works. So the problem was obviously just a bad switch. and we replaced the switch. And let's do one more thing here. We got a I got a 12 volt. I use this when I go ATV riding. My ATV has a 12 volt outlet, so we're going to shove this in here. And we got a red light there, and I got my phone. I guess I was saying earlier, use it on my ATV. It's got a 12 volt outlet. I put this in here. I hook my phone up to it when I'm riding my ATV, and I use this as a GPS unit for the trails. And so we're going to plug this in, and as you can see, hopefully you can see here, we are getting got the little lightning bolt, and we are charging. So I'm happy about that. Unplug that, and so this is not a how-to video. This is a what I did and it works, and it worked video. All I ended up doing was just replacing the switch. I was hoping that's all it was, and I never looked for much electrical stuff in Lowe's like this, but I was surprised they had the exact switch. But I'm glad they did. So $4.76 for the switch, and because I didn't have the right soldering equipment to make the solders, I ran to AutoZone, and $6.49, 49 cents tax, $6.98 for the contacts, which I got a lot, some left over. So it works. Happy about that, and it keeps it out of landfill, and I'll get to use this. And maybe you can use it a little later on. I did promise you I was going to get into what we're going to do down here. Down the basement, I am finishing the remodel job down here that I started actually quite a while ago, and I just got some time here to finish it up. I finished the drop ceiling and repainted some of the walls. So I want to give you a little preview of what I'm going to build down here. All right, in these drawers I have a lot of trains, and I've got Pullman cars there, and here are all my engines down there. And this whole thing is just full of cars and engines. And I know it's not the best way to store it, but it was just it's just a temporary solution I had to keep all that stuff. So take it back here. So this area, the desk is going to get moved. This whole area, I'm going to build a train table and from scratch, and we'll keep you folks updated on that. Again, all right, I want to thank you for tuning in and watching the video, and I hope it helps some people out on just a simple switch change out in this Radio Shack unit. All right, take care.